All right, in case you've just tuned in just a few moments from now, in fact, approximately a minute, a little bit more, ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, will be launching its latest rocket, the GSLV D6. It carries a satellite called the GSAT-6. That's going to be launched in about a minute or so from now. Let's go right across to this live commentary from Doordarshan.
Overall mass of the cryogenic upper stage, basically the dry mass, which amounted to almost 60 to 70 kg performance improvement over its earlier flight, the GSLV D5. So in addition to this mass optimization, which is generally a continuous process as we go through the development of any particular launch vehicle, I think this process has been adopted by optimizing at the relevant elements. So countdown is at minus 57 seconds.
इस समय आप अपने स्क्रीन पे वीएसएससी के डायरेक्टर, इसरो के चेयरमैन, शार के डायरेक्टर और एलपीएससी के डायरेक्टर के और इस समय देख पा रहे हैं कि आइजैक के सेंटर डायरेक्टर सभी को बड़े ध्यान से चीजों को देख पाते हुए इस समय हम करीब 29 सेकंड की दूरी पर, तो आप काउंटडाउन के साथ हमारे अपने दिल को धड़कनों को थामिए, हम भी शांत आपके लिए प्रतीक्षा करते हैं।
programs activated.
Cryos is ready.
Roger. Minus 25 seconds.
Yes to VSPP open.
Minus 20 seconds.
Ignition arms on 4GS1.
15 seconds.
L4 accumulator charging completed.
10, 9, 8,
Please cut off normal.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4,
Lift
plus
off
5,
normal.
plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, plus 10 seconds,
Auto tracking. B2 tracking. Tracking.
plus 15 seconds,
Master stage performance normal.
plus 20 seconds, plus 25 seconds, plus 30 seconds, plus 35 seconds, plus 40 seconds, plus 45 seconds, plus 50 seconds,
First stage performance normal.
plus 55 seconds, plus 1 minute.
All right, in case you've just tuned in, what we are looking at now is the launch of GSLV D6. This is India's largest class of rocket. And it carries a very important satellite, the GSAT-6. We'll be looking at all of this with my colleague Pallav Bagla, our science editor, who's with us in the studio. Pallav, I'll come to you in a moment. Let's just try and talk us through what we're seeing now, this graph. It's very important. Tell us what we're looking at.
The graph you're seeing is the performance of the rocket as it is going up in the atmosphere. The liftoff happened correctly at 4:52 p.m. and since then the rocket has been performing normally. The worm is absolutely on the expected lines. So the rocket is performing exactly as it should, and till now it is functioning perfectly. So the liftoff of GSLV rocket has been absolutely correct. Now it will take 17 minutes for the satellite to be injected, and once that is injected we will know whether the mission is successful or not. The liftoff was okay.
The satellite.
I couldn't hear you.
Tell us a little bit about the satellite.
The satellite which is being taken up by this GSLV right now is a very special satellite. It's a communication satellite, but a communication satellite dedicated for the strategic community. It carries a very large antenna, which is an unfurlable antenna, 6-meter diameter, which gives a signal strength so large that you can use a handheld device to do voice communication, data communication, and multimedia communication. So for our strategic community, which is essentially our armed forces, it gives us the capacity for what is called network-centric war. So India had launched the naval satellite earlier, which covers the entire part of the Indian Ocean region. This will cover the land mass. So now between the land mass and the ocean, the Indian military gets complete coverage of seamless communication.
Okay, let's just go back and listen into what's happening over there at Mission
बहुत
Control.
नजदीक पहुंच चुके हैं एक महत्वपूर्ण चरण के इस समय.
So what you're seeing on your screen is the time versus altitude plot and the velocity plot. I think very close match with the pre-flight predictions. The events after the L40 shutoff happened so fast. You know, you have the L40 shutoff, you have the GS1, GS2 separation, followed by vented interface separation, and then the closed loop guidance initiation. All these events happen within a matter of 4 to 5 seconds. So right now the vehicle is going through the closed loop guidance algorithm. The payload fairing has just been separated at 230 seconds, and the vehicle has almost crossed the dense atmospheric phase, and the altitude is around 115 kilometers.
जी हाँ, लगभग 230 सेकंड के बाद ही शील्ड सेपरेशन उसमें सुरक्षा कवर जो था उसका पृथक्करण हो चुका है उसका, और इस समय जो उपग्रह है वो सीधे एक्सपोज हो चुका है एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, और ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है क्योंकि इस समय सीधा जो भार है, जो ऊष्मीय लोड है, वो सीधा सीधा ऊष्मीय भार जो है वो उपग्रह पर आपतित होता है.
So very close match, time versus altitude. What you're seeing on your screen, the red one is the altitude profile, and which is covered by very closely by the flight data that we are getting from the launcher, from the telemetry system, and the top curve is basically the velocity curve, very close match with respect to the pre-flight flight. So right now the time is 279 seconds. Almost the vehicle has traversed a range of 550 kilometers, altitude 130. Very shortly we should hear the announcement for, yes, GS2 shutoff command has been issued.
GS2
The second stage has been separated, and cryogenic stage ignition command has been given.
जी हाँ, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण क्षण जब क्रायोजेनिक जो इंजन था उसे इग्नाइट कर दिया गया और ये कंफर्म हो चुका है.
Cryogenic ignition has been confirmed.
ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है जो द्वितीय चरण जो है उसके शट ऑफ होने के बाद, बंद हो जाने के बाद में तृतीय चरण के कमांड प्रज्वलन के कमांड कर देने के बाद कंफर्म आना, और इसके बाद ये लगभग अगर हम माने तो 718 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलन चलेगा. बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है ये, इसलिए इसरो के लिए ये चरण निश्चित रूप से अपने आप में एक आने वाले समय के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होगा.
So this is a
All right,
very
what you
important
just saw right now, and you saw the scientists actually clapping at Mission Control Center, was the ignition of the cryogenic engine. Now, cryogenic technology was something which was not available in India at all. It was after a lot of efforts that many years ago we were able to acquire a very limited number of Russian cryogenic stages, but ultimately India needed to develop this technology itself. The ability to actually launch larger loads to a higher altitude is what, and with a better performance, is what a cryogenic engine actually ensures. Pallav joins us once again for more on this. This cryogenic stage, it's been successful, tested successfully in the past, the Indian one, but it's also met with a failure earlier on. So there's just still a little bit of apprehension that, look, this really has to work. It has worked on this occasion.
Well, it has ignited, it is functioning well. There were 2 times it has been tested earlier. The first one was a failure. The second one performed marvelously. This is the 3rd test of the Indian cryogenic engine, and till now it has functioned beautifully. The key point was whether it ignites or doesn't ignite. It has ignited correctly, and it is a long coasting stage where it is pushing the satellite higher and higher into orbit. And there, the cryogenic stage is performing perfectly, and it has to put the satellite into the correct orbit. Only then will we know whether the whole mission is successful or not. Till now, the mission performance has been very well, but the satellite, whether it is injected into the correct orbit, will decide whether the whole mission is successful or not.
10-12 minutes from now. Let's, all right, this is an interesting graph that we actually see on the screen now. It's a map actually, that's Sri Lanka in the bottom, and that's Sriharikota, where it was launched from. So it's traveling in a southeasterly direction, obviously into space, and tell us a little bit about where the satellite will be placed, geosynchronous orbit. So that's a higher orbit than the polar synchronous orbit. Yeah.
Right now, Vishnu, the satellite will be placed in what is called a geosynchronous transfer orbit, which is a much lower orbit.
Right.
Finally, using the onboard rocket motor of the satellite will be pushed into the geosynchronous orbit, because once it's in a geosynchronous orbit, it will sit right over India and give 24/7, 365 and communication for 9 years. And communication which our Indian strategic community requires in a desperate manner.
Okay.
Right now we have to rely on overseas satellite providers for this communication.
All right, well, we're going to keep tracking this. It's not over as yet. The launch has been successful. The startup of the cryogenic stage, it's fired absolutely successfully. This is an Indian rocket with an Indian satellite being launched. Enormous strategic implications over here, but this mission will continue now for the next several minutes, and we will continue to bring you updates on that.